Friday is AJ Day. I bet you do. Yeah, yeah. That's yeah. I think he was like a little overwhelmed. I do like two. Kind of fun music sometimes. Take that, man. Denny's brother. I did a concert with them. I've never heard him play set. Apparently, he plays pretty good. I turned pages for him. Dude, too, like down to earth.
Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, lie, lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Ah, la, lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. La 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 la, ya la 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 la, la 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 la
Shabbat Shalom. Welcome, congregants, to friends and family and guests and all who join us to celebrate Shabbat here in the sanctuary and all of you joining us online at home. Let's ensure that we are praying together as one community this Shabbat. If you're online, please introduce yourself in the chat. And here in person, please find someone new to greet. Wish them a Shabbat Shalom.
I'm gonna make sure to really play out today. Wow. Yeah, that's funny. She's come up like multiple times, like, oh, it's great, but she seems so sweet and poor Gabe.
This Shabbat, we are so excited that Elijah Delasi Shulman will become a bar mitzvah tomorrow morning. And to celebrate this amazing weekend, along with his whole family, his parents, Karen Delasi, and his dad, Josh Shulman, along with lots of family and friends from all over, as far as Germany, all here to celebrate with you. We are so excited. Elijah's and his family are gonna lead us in our Shabbat blessings, beginning with candle lighting on page 2.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu להדליק נר של Shabbat.
And the Kiddush can be found on page 5.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam porei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava u'v'ratzon hinchilanu zikaron ma'aseh v'reishit כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים. כי באנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh ha-Shabbat l'chaim.
Mazel tov, Elijah. It's just juice. Go sit down. Mazel tov, Elijah. You're the best. We are so excited to celebrate with you tomorrow. Yesterday, a congregant wrote on social media, Happy New Year. I thought for a moment, and I was a little confused because Judaism has 4 New Years, and I thought I knew them all. It definitely was not Tu B'Shvat, the New Year for the trees, because that was already a couple months ago. And not Rosh Hashanah. We got a while till that one. I haven't started my sermons yet. It also wasn't the first of Elul, which is traditionally the New Year for tithing of animals. Again, we have a little while of that. And I realized, they must have been referring to the first of Nisan, which was the New Year for the reign of ancient kings, which just occurred last week. That's what it was, right, Stan? And then I realized it was opening day baseball. While opening day is not a Jewish holiday per se, although, I don't know, we could make an argument maybe, the return of baseball is another sign of a rebirth in this season of renewal. As the buds begin to form in the trees and the days get longer, we celebrate that rebirth with Passover next week, but also every Shabbat. Every Shabbat is a time for reflection and renewal, a time to grow from the past week and enter the new week refreshed. And so we take a deep breath and release, turning from the constant upheaval of the work week to the rebirth that is Shabbat. We continue with the singing of Shalom Aleichem at page 24.
Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaShaarei, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei HaMlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Bochem L'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaShaarei, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Barechoni l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaShaarei, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzeitachem l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaShaarei, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
With the joy of a wedding, we continue with Lechado D on pages 20 and 21, verses 1, 2, 5, and 9.
לך דודי לקראת כלה בין שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה בין שבת נקבלה שמור וזכור בדיבור אחד ישמיענו אל המיוחד אדוני אחד ושמו אחד לשם ולתפארת ולתהילה לך דודי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה כי מקור הברכה מראש מקדם נסוכה סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה לך דודי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה התעוררי התעוררי כי באורך ומאורי אורי אורי שיר דברי כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה לך דודי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה.
Please rise as we symbolically welcome Shabbat as bride.
בואי ושלום עטרת עלה גם בשמחה ובצהלה תוך אמוני עם סגולה בואי חלה בואי חלה לך דודי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה בני שבת
Entrances to holiness everywhere, the possibility of ascent at all time, even at unlikely times and through unlikely places. There is no place on earth without the presence of the divine. Page 28, we continue with our call to worship, Baruch Hu.
Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Do you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Baruchu et Adonai HaMevorach Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam va'ed Le'olam va'ed Yalalai lai lai Yalalai lai lai Yalalai lai lai
traditionally after Shema, or after Baruch Hu, before Shema, we read a prayer, Ma'ariv Aravim, which talks about the transition from night into day, day into night. And in honor of International Day of Transgender Visibility, we join together in a prayer for one who transitions, which can be found on page 4 in your service program, written by Eitan Meshulam Chai. May it be your will, Adonai our God and God of our ancestors, that you transform me in peace and change me in peace and turn me in peace and renew me in peace and bring me to the body of my soul for life and for joy and for peace, and save me from the hand of every enemy and lurker and those who despise me on my way, and from all doubts that excite and come into the world. And may you send blessing in your creation of my hands, and may you place me into grace and into kindness and into mercy in your eyes and in the eyes of all who see me, and gift me with good deeds. And may you hear the voice of my prayers, for you hear the prayers of every mouth. Blessed are you, Adonai, who hears prayer. Page 34.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod, Shem Kevod, Malchuto, Leolam, Leolam Vaed.
Please be seated, page 36.
Shall love Adonai your God with all thy heart, with all thy soul, and with all thy might. And all these words which I command thee on this day shall be upon thy heart, shall be upon thy heart. And thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children. And thou shalt speak of them when sittest in thy house, when thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up, and when thou risest up. And thou shalt bind them for a sign upon thy hands, and they shall be for frontlets between thine eyes. And thou shalt write them on the doorpost of thy house, and upon thy gates, and upon thy gates, that ye may remember and do all of my commandments, and be holy unto your God, unto your God, unto your God.
In the top of page 39, we read together. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together. Page 40.
מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, לא רצה like you? Who is like you, Adonai? Who is like you, Adonai? Moses and the children crossed the sea to sing to you these songs of joy. Who is like you, Adonai? Mi chamocha Ba'elim Adonai, Bi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, Mi chamocha Ba'elim Adonai, Bi kamocha nedar b'kodesh.
We are a people in whom the past endures, in whom the present is inconceivable without moments gone by. The Exodus lasted a moment enduring forever. What happened once upon a time happens all the time. We continue on pages 46 and following with our tefillah. Please rise.
Ya la 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 la, 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 ya la 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 la. Adonai sefatai tiftach, ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Ya-la-la-la-la, 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 ya-la-la-la-la. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei Avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Vekonei Hakol, Vezocher Chasdei Avot Ve'imahot, Umevi Geula Livnei V'neihem, Lema'an Shemo V'Yahava, Melech Ozer, Umoshia Umagen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magin Avraham ve'ezrat Sarah. Atah gibor le'olam Adonai, mechaye hakol, atah rab lehoshia, mashiv haruach umorid hagashem, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיה הכל ברחמים רבים, תומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר, מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיה הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
Please be seated. Continue on page 61 with our blessing for peace. Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message to all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country as a safeguard of peace, its advocate among the nations. May contentment reign within our borders, health and happiness within our homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship among all the inhabitants of every land. Plant virtue in every soul, and may the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Praised are you, Eternal One, who blesses our people with peace. Baruch atah Adonai, hamevarech et amo Yisrael bashalom. We take moments now for silent prayer.
יהיו לרצון אמרי פי והגיון ליבי לפניך, אדוני צורי וגואלי, אדוני צורי וגואלי. יהיו לרצון אמרי פי והגיון ליבי לפניך, אדוני צורי וגואלי, אדוני צורי וגואלי. May the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable to you, Adonai, my God. Anecha, Adonai Tzuri, Vegoali, Adonai Tzuri, Vegoali. May the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable to you, Adonai, my God. May the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable to you, Adonai, my God. me to you.
It's like the most rockin' way to come out of silent prayer. I like that. Nice new melody. Noah Diamondstein? Yeah, nice. As we approach Passover and we think about both the ancient plagues and the modern plagues in our society, especially those of our own doing, we turn our thoughts, our attention to prayers of healing. This God of the murdered and the victim, the voice of lamentation echoes across the land, guns and automatic weapons. The long night of sorrow made easy by reckless acts, the widowed, orphaned, and bereaved, to answer the scourge of senseless loss, to advocate for gun control, to remove military weapons from them lives of health and prosperity, joy and peace. Blessed are you, God of all being, who summons us to choose life. First, choose. If you are holding someone in your heart tonight in need of healing, mind, body, or spirit, I invite you to write their names in the
Shebeirach Avotenu Mikol for us. Help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let bless those in
to sing our blessing Shehechianu on page 344, which offers thanks to God for you. If you want to share some of those simchas, those joyous moments with the congregation, what do folks have going on? Marilyn. And here at CHOP and Learn, so wonderful. Welcome. And as always, we're keeping Ukraine in our prayers. Elijah, got anything going on tomorrow? April Fool! Elijah's becoming a bar mitzvah. April Fools. No, you really are.
Eloheinu melech haolam, shehecheyanu v'kimanu hazeh v'kimanu.
Goal was the Shabbat a year, traditionally before major holidays, to sort of prepare the congregations. And traditionally, Shabbat Hagadol, literally the great, the big Shabbat, which is Passover. So buckle up and get ready. Now, based on some other stuff on the truck, I'm going to make an assumption that the driver was probably a veteran, and that this statement, in this case, was really meant to lift up the overlooked casualties of war, the Korean War. Ooh, I love that. There is a road to freedom, but it's not necessarily smooth. Ooh, that's powerful. I love that. Other thought, easy it is for us to take him for granted that nothing should be. Jordan. To you, individually, to complete the work, right? No individual needs to complete work, but neither are we free. Dor vador, chayav adam le'rot et atzmo ki'ilu hu yatz, obligated to see ourselves as if we personally went out from Egypt, struggling for freedom. Powerful. All Jews are together on that journey to liberation. That's beautiful. I love that. So in creating the Seder, I think something really important about hand memory. And I think it speaks a little bit to what Debbie was saying before, that as we move further away from key events like the Exodus, citizens, they voted. They voted in every election they could because they knew persecution, and they did not. It has steadily declined over the past decades, with the exception of the 2020 who view democracy mean for our sense of obligation as a society. Similarly, our friends and family in Israel have lost its democratic nature, have been speaking up for their freedoms. Estimates say upwards near 10% of the country are going in the right direction. Estimates, or perhaps more than any other nation, Israel knows that freedom is not free, and that every generation must view itself. Bechol dor vador have been. I'm Jeremiah, who wrote Exile in Babylon, taught that wherever we find ourselves, we need to be engaged in the communities. This is why the Talmud asserts that it is our duty to create and support our government, Through government, we're able to care for it in God's holy likeness. All of us contain the spark of the divine. There are midrashic stories that raise the question of why we are descended from one couple. In keeping with our sacred tradition of civic engagement, I hope that our Jewish community will be sure that each and every one of our voices is heard. And I want to lift up a really important coming up to fulfill the mitzvah. And our Interfaith Community Organizing Coalition will gather with 60 congregations of faith from all parts of Philadelphia to have conversations towards peace. By voting, we commit to being full members of society, to accepting our individual responsibility, image of God, not share our views. As the psalmist sang, may there be shalom in our walls, peace.
המים ממעל, ושכינת עוזו בגובהי מרומים, ואנחנו רואים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני.
Please be seated. Our thoughts now. This week, the congregation observes yahrzeit for Maddie Lazarus Abrams, Morris Abrams, Isaac Alkus, Bernard Ashner, Beverly Batoff, Moses Harrisberger, Leopold Brody, Leon C. Bunt, Richard Burt, William Fuss, Jerry Friedman, Anna E. Friedberg, Carol Gertzley, Henry, Rose Berman Michelson, Louis New, Ellard Lewis Falzer, Stephen M. Rosenthal, Celia Shear, Gladys Sternow, Isidore Weiner. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei rabbah, bi'almad divrach cherutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayei chon uv'yomei chon, uv'chayei dechol beit yisbach v'yitpa'ar v'yitnas chata v'nechemata, amiran bi'alma v'yimru, amen. Yehei shlama rabbah shemaya av, hu yaseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru. And let us say, Amen. On April 16th, also in the back, we have the wonderful tag team of Jordan Marks and Fred Kogan.
Adonai leishmerecha, Ya'er Adonai, Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka.
Yiratzon, may this be God.